Track 2.13. Students' Book 8C.
In last week's programme, we saw how far humans have come since they lived in caves and hunted for their food. Today we're asking, what is the single greatest achievement in human history? Here are some of the answers.
Speaker 1, Neil.
Our greatest achievement for me was the moon landing in 1969. It proves that humans can rise to a challenge, any challenge. Even travelling 384,000 kilometres through space to walk on the moon is possible if we put our minds to it. There were so many problems to solve. Getting a heavy spaceship out of the Earth's atmosphere, supporting human life in space where there's no air to breathe, landing safely on the moon, and most difficult of all, getting the astronauts home again safely. But NASA had a huge team of brilliant people, and together they found a way to achieve their goal. It was just fantastic.
Speaker 2, Vicky.
In my opinion, it has to be writing. The reason is, with writing, we have the ability to tell other people about the things that we've discovered, even people who we've never met. Books, and now the writing on the internet, allow us to learn from the great minds of the past. Take the ancient Greek Archimedes, for example. No one was very interested in his mathematical work in his own lifetime, but because he could write, mathematicians hundreds of years later could take advantage of his ideas. Basically, if we didn't have writing, we wouldn't have any of the clever technology that exists today.
Speaker 3, Nadia.
Medicine, in my view, is our greatest achievement. I say that because, without medicine, most of the people you know would probably be dead from some terrible disease. Did you know in 19th century England, 50% of all babies died before they were 1 year old? You might say computers are more important, have changed the world more than medicine, but people can't invent new technology and stuff if they're already dead.
Speaker 4, Kofi.
Our greatest achievement? That's easy. It's pizza. Don't laugh, I'm serious. Think about it. Humans had to make a lot of progress before they could cook a pizza. You know, they had to learn about fire. They had to start farming and growing wheat. They had to learn how to get milk out of a cow and make cheese with it. And after that, after they'd found a way to do all those things, they had to invent the perfect meal. And believe me, pizza is the perfect meal.
Speaker 5, Liam.
I'm still waiting for our greatest achievement. I hope it's going to come soon, because if it doesn't, humans are finished. Our greatest achievement will be the development of effective, sustainable energy. Some new kind of solar electricity, perhaps, or I don't know, but something that allows us to live comfortable lives without destroying our environment.
Track 2.14. Students' Book 8C.
Take advantage of all the opportunities that come your way. If you have to do something difficult, rise to the challenge. You can't make progress without hard work. Keep trying, and you will find a way to solve the problem. You can do it if you put your mind to it. Be determined and you'll achieve your goal. Remember, the best way to change the world is one step at a time.
Track 2.15. Students' Book 8C.
Hey Daisy, do you want to do this survey with me? It's about the greatest ever everything.
OK, Jack. What do you have to do?
Basically, you have to choose the greatest person in different categories. First, who's the greatest writer of all time? It has to be someone who writes in English.
Well, for me, the greatest writer's J.K. Rowling.
The Harry Potter author? Come on, Daisy. What about, Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, William Shakespeare?
No. In my view, J.K. Rowling's much better than all those old-fashioned writers.
It seems to me that Shakespeare's the greatest writer. The reason I say that is he's the best-selling writer in history, and he also invented 1,700 new words and phrases for the English language.
Maybe, but you can't deny that you haven't read many of Shakespeare's plays, and I've read all the Harry Potter books 5 times.
OK then, you put J.K. Rowling and I'll put Shakespeare.
Right. What's the next question? Let me guess. I bet it's something...
Track 2.16. Students' Book 8C.
What about footballers? Who's the greatest footballer of all time?
For me, Lionel Messi, probably.
It seems to me that Pelé was the greatest. The reason I say that is he's scored more goals than any other footballer in history. And he won the World Cup for Brazil 3 times.
Pelé was brilliant, but in my opinion, if a young Pelé was in a match today, he wouldn't be so amazing. I mean, you can't deny that people break new records in sport every year. I say that because the level in all sports is higher now than it was in the 1960s.
In my view, that's not important. It's your achievements that are important, and there's no doubt that Pelé has achieved a lot more than Messi.